Good afternoon, everybody. Thank you for being here. Sunday Fun Day. Matt is having some technical difficulties, so we will give him a minute. Thank you, everybody, for being here. Shells, what's going on? Rusty, what's going on? PB, what's going on? I don't know what's going to happen tomorrow. I mean, this is getting pretty interesting. You guys know I don't want to get political. It's not really my thing. I have opinions on it, but it's not something I like putting out there. And look, the reality is that I have no idea how this is going to impact things. Luckily, it's still Sunday, but I mean, look, oil is a very scary thing at the moment. It's spiking. Crude's at 67. Brent is at almost 73. So I would not be surprised if we get a sharp downturn tomorrow in the markets. My own opinion, I have no idea what's going to happen. Futures aren't open yet. We'll see what Amit has to say tonight. But I'm looking at this, and the strikes really could disrupt energy supplies. So this is the report I'm getting right now. Due to Iran blocking the Strait of Hormuz, Brent crude reportedly jumped 10% in over-the-counter trading to around 80 per barrel earlier today. We could see gold take a big jump higher. I don't know. This is going to get interesting. So this could be a volatile week. I don't think there's anybody that would say isn't going to be. Yeah, defense stocks could be interesting. I don't know. June, what's going on? All right. Let's see. What else do we have here? Look, as I said yesterday, I'm not making any decisions based on a 1 or 2 day thing. I think that the way that I am positioned, I can ride out any of these short to midterm volatilities. In the best interest of humanity, obviously, we want this to be over with. Now, comes to the markets, I don't want $80 plus oil, because then you start having input prices increase, margins compress. I have said for a very long time, 55 to 65 is that sweet spot. I believe when you start talking about manufacturing, input costs with gasoline, transportation costs, I mean, that's a good sweet spot on a global scale. Everybody makes money. But getting it up to 80, yeah, upstream producers will benefit. Midstream, not so much, because a lot of their stuff is fee-based. But we need to see what happens. This is going to be a little bit. I don't think China and Russia will get involved. I really don't. I don't think they're in a position to. I don't see this going into a global event to that degree. I think that I mean, look, the reality is that Saudi Arabia came out yesterday and condemned Iran's strikes on neighboring countries. They came out and are clearly backing the U.S. So the fact that other large nations in the Middle East are going against Iran, I just don't think China and Russia get involved. And unfortunately, maybe this is good for the crypto markets. Maybe this gets Bitcoin and Ethereum not being tied to politics or economies. Maybe that's good. Maybe that ends the crypto winter. I know Matt's backstage and he can probably hear me, but his camera's not on. So I don't know if he wants me to bring him to stage or not. He is backstage, though. So while I'm waiting for Matt to get his camera on, because I know he was having technical difficulties, I just want to see what the other headlines are right now. Looks like Brent is in fact surging, and now we have analysts coming out eyeing $100 a barrel. That happens, we're going to have short-term viability without a question. Halima Croft of RBC Capital Markets said regional leaders have cautioned Washington that a war involving Iran could push oil over 100, according to Reuters. Analysts at Rabobank, never heard of that, were somewhat more restrained. Projection of pricing could remain above 90 in the near term. Still not what I want to say. Okay, OPEC Plus. Now keep in mind, OPEC Plus includes Russia, I believe. I have to double check, but I believe that includes Russia. Agreed Sunday to increase production by 206,000 barrels a day starting in April. The modest boost equal to less than 0.2% of global demand. OPEC Plus nations. Let's see. I am incorrect. Does not include Russia. Here we go. Here's Matt. So it includes Algeria, Angola, Congo, Guyana, Gabon, Iran, Iraq, Kuwait, Libya, Nigeria, the UAE, and Venezuela. Matt, what's going on? You get a lot of reverb there.
Are you?
You are.
Got a lot of reverb.
Yes. Oh, wait, I'm sorry. Hold on. So you got OPEC. I was correct. Russia is part of OPEC Plus. Matt, can you confirm that? Is Russia part of OPEC Plus?
Yeah, Russia's an exporting country.
Did you see that oil is over 80 supposedly in the OTC markets right now?
I did not. My volume is way high, really.
Yeah, your setup's all fucked up.
Really?
Yeah. You're all jacked up, Matt. Yeah, so the Strait is being blocked by Iran. We got oil supposedly over 80. Some analysts are eyeing 100, some are eyeing 90. You guys are saying that my voice is low?
What about now? Is it better? What's going on?
Guys, I'm not using product in my hair. I just got out of the shower, FYI. My hair is wet.
What about now, Steve? Am I too low? Too hot?
You sound fine to me.
Oh. Okay. Yeah, I don't know. Maybe I just came in hot. I don't know. Maybe I just
all right, they're saying the voices are good.
Maybe people just need to stop being shook, Steve.
I mean,
no, I mean this changes things, right? I mean, I remember
Yeah.
we talked yesterday. I mean, this was prior to a direct attack on the UAE, right? And so this is different, you know. And what I was basically just talking about is if things just kind of stayed between the US and Iran, and yes, there was some collateral damage in Bahrain, there was some collateral damage in UAE, but now this is like a direct attack in the Middle East on other Middle Eastern countries. I think that this is escalating. So $80 a barrel, I would say in the short term. I don't know if it goes above 100, but I definitely think 80 a barrel isn't out of the question. We'll see, I guess, what opens up. If I could predict the oil price, then
Whew.
I wouldn't be here. So I'd be on an island. I'd still probably be streaming with my boy Stefan. But I'd have a tropical background like J-Cal or something, and all in with a fancy ski background.
You know, I would have been buying a lot of oil future contracts on Friday if I knew this was going to happen.
Yes, this is crazy. I was not expecting this. Not expecting this at all.
Yeah. So what does this mean for the oil markets, Matt? I mean, obviously, you and I cannot predict the future. My assumption is that if this is not short-lived and resolved in the next couple of days, we could see oil definitely go above 80, maybe above 90. And depending on how long that happens, that could have very serious repercussions for inflation and input costs, which could create a scare throughout the economy.
Mm-hmm.
Yet, with Saudi Arabia condemning Iran with the strikes and the rest of the Middle East, a large amount of their GDP focuses around oil, it's not in their best interest for the Strait to be closed. So, look, personally, I don't think that this lasts more than a week. And we got to see. But if it lasts for a week, the higher oil prices shouldn't really affect anything. But if this lasts more than a week and we start talking about months, that's going to really go through the economy and change things, at least for it's March now. It's going to change things for Q2 earnings, probably.
For oil companies, or
No, just in general. If we see this go on for months, we'll see the true effects in Q2 because we still have 1 month in Q1, and input it should start to work its way through the commodity markets, causing input prices to go up, which will put a little bit of strain on Q2 earnings for a lot of different companies.
yeah. No.
So how are you feeling about what I've said and what you think?
No, I think it could definitely have an impact on inflation. It's been a huge impact of deflation going from 80 or so dollars a barrel in early 25 down to the 60s, right? And that's been a huge help. It's the same thing with Henry Hub gas prices being so low. It's been a helper to disinflation that we're seeing in the system. Not a helper if it starts going the opposite direction. It does feed into a lot of things, and we've been fortunate to see a lot of items at the grocery store come down. A lot of other input costs come down over the past several months. So, yeah, this could potentially put a damper on some of the numbers that happened in 1Q and potentially 2Q, depending on the sustainability. But luckily for me, if you take the kind of unfortunate part of war out of it, my portfolio has a little bit of oil and it has a little bit of liquefied natural gas in it. So my portfolio could sustain from this and potentially benefit longer term if some of these contracts get locked in. Now, of course, at the moment we're talking about spot prices, so you never necessarily know. But at the same time, it really depends, right? So we're not just like, if you think about this, I mean, you may or may not know how some oil companies work, but some companies hedge their portfolios, right? So depending on how well your company is hedged, right? So if you're a very small oil company, you might hedge to the downside, meaning you might make sure that you limit your upside and you limit your downside by selling contracts early for 2026 or 2027. What do I mean by that is, you have these futures trading of oil and gas. And so what you might say is, hey, I'll take a discount at selling you at $60 a barrel so that I can guarantee they could sell at $60 a barrel. And if the oil price goes above 70, that's fine as well, but I won't take the upside of that. So I'll be guaranteeing. And so it's just like selling options, right? But just in this case on commodities, you'll have producers do that. And the reason why they might do that is so that banks can give them loans, right? The banks want to ensure that they have the ability to pay back those loans and they get the revenue. So what they'll do is they'll say, we're making 100,000 barrels a day. So that's 300,000 barrels a month. 100,000 barrels a day. That's what, 3 million barrels a month. We'll sell you 3 million barrels a month, in the price range of $60 to $70 a barrel. Well, obviously, if it goes above $70 a barrel, they're not making any money, right? And so they're kind of at least guaranteeing locking it in, because what if oil prices crash to $40, right? It's just like the same thing with options. you're hedged at that point. You're still being able to deliver it at $60 a barrel, even though the spot prices are at $40. So, but the opposite in this case is, what if it goes above 70, right? Well, they still have to deliver it at $70 a barrel, and you're not going to be able to capture that $80. So it really just depends on what hedges the companies that you're invested in have, or not invested at all. Just if you were to want to potentially take a strike at, say, some of these smaller producers, are they hedged, right? Do they have a limit to the upside of, what their sales price would be, and how much of their production, right? Because they don't have to sell all their production. It could just be half of it, a quarter of it, etc. So that's just something to keep in mind, as if you were to look. A lot of the major oil companies, while they do hedging, they're a lot less volatile. They mostly sell what I like to call like a week out, or not a week out, a month out. Normally they don't sell for an entire year. So they'll be right now selling for April, because they'll be trying to basically get everything ready, and producing, etc. And so by the time it comes down the pipeline, they'll be selling April oil right now. So if things skyrocket, it'll be potentially beneficial for them, because they could potentially start selling May contracts or June contracts. So anyway, just some food for thought.
Okay. Well, thank you, JTB. If this is prolonged, which oil companies should we be looking at regarding storage terminals, pipeline operations, and logistics? Kick this over to Matt, and then I'll tell you what I think.
What was the question? Prolonged? I don't know. I really don't know. I mean, I don't think it's going to have too much of an impact on terms of like storage and pipeline operations in the United States, because the price is what the price is. I think unless there's a massive uplift in total oil production in the U.S. to offset, because obviously if oil prices skyrocket to $80, $90 a barrel, there's going to be an opportunity to increase production in the U.S. For some lower cost areas, right? So people might be more inclined to invest in, but at the same time, it depends on how long it stays at those prices, right? It's, you can't turn around and just turn on the taps. In some areas you can, but you can't just turn on the taps like within a week or two. Generally, you have to plan a well, and at earliest onshore, it might take 4 to 6 months, and that's like moving at lightning speed and getting permits, etc. I would expect things more so to take probably a year, because there's already a backlog. So anyway, I don't have an answer.
So I have an answer, at least what I'm thinking. And what I'm thinking is, it depends on how long oil prices stay high enough for. Oil prices stay high, upstream producers win. But if it's only a week or 2 weeks, I don't think that's going to have a huge impact on them. So, and a lot of them are currently operating under hedges. So it becomes, how much additional supply can they produce outside the hedges to get full value out of? I don't know that answer. So in the short term, I don't know if anybody really wins. In the long term, look, if this stays for 3 to 6 months, I think Chevron and Exxon are clear beneficiaries. And the reason I say that is because the additional capital that they produce, they'll probably just throw right into buybacks, because they have the balance sheets, they don't need the extra capital. So I don't know that pipelines are going to really benefit, because this isn't a situation where more fuel is going to run through the systems. What do you think, Matt? Is that a fair assessment of what I said?
I would just look for companies that you'd want to potentially hold long term. I mean, I'm not a trader, so it's hard for me to kind of be like, oh, I'm going to get in and out.
Right.
I think if you were to take an opportunity, I think the opportunity were to have been prior to this. I mean, Steve and I talked about it a good bit. Like, I think that I started telling people I was starting to dip my toes back into oil companies over the last probably 3 to 6 months, um, and buying some smaller companies. So I think if anything, think of some smaller producers that may have not horrible balance sheets, but balance sheets that make them conducive to being acquired. So things that there might be running lean, but they're not necessarily growing as quickly. They're in really good basins like the Bakken or the Permian, very oily basins. Um, I would look for those kind of companies. You're continuing to see consolidation. I'm surprised you're not seeing more consolidation in these lower oil prices, but um, we'll hopefully see more of that. But I'm anticipating there's a lot of small producers out there that I was investing in for that reason, that were undervalued at trading at price to earnings ratios of 4 or 5. Those I think could be a real big opportunity um, to potentially pick up if you know kind of what you're looking for. And uh, that's where I've been focusing, is those kind of fringe players, the players that don't get the limelight. Exxon and Chevron, because of their continued dominance, they generally trade at a premium comparatively, especially to the European super major companies. But also they're more predictable, right? So that's there's a reason why they get that premium, and it's part of the reason why the premium doesn't get sent to some of these small onshore operators as well, is because people can't tell what their long-term banking kind of looks like, right? So that there's a piece around that as well. But I think if you were to look at it, there's some small fringe players that would not be surprised if oil prices continue in the right direction, that you see acquired, because if you're able to purchase it and get direct income. But at the same time, if this is just going to happen over the course of a week, it's not going to matter. I think it's really only if it's a sustained thing that it feels like it's only going to continue with uncertainty on the length of it, right? So I'm still not 100% certain that it'll last much longer. I mean, you're talking about now multiple countries being involved, but more countries involved on one country, unless more people step up on the Iran side, right? Then it looks like it's probably going to be short lived. And once again, I don't know anything about war. This is just a hypothetical hypothetical situation that I'm kind of planning out here. But for instance, U.S. versus Iran might last much longer. U.S., UAE, Dubai, Qatar, Bahrain, all against Iran, much different story. So you have more countries stacking up against one, unfortunately. But all I can say, taking the politics and the capitalism aside, is hopefully the citizens of Iran and everywhere else in the Middle East maintain their safety. That's all I can hope for. It seems like it's a rough situation. No, but I don't like war, but I want to see the people of Iran liberated as well. So
Yeah, let's stay away from politics. I think that's a good way to put it. War's horrible. We don't wish harm, or shouldn't say we. I'm not going to speak for Matt. I don't wish harm on anyone, and the sooner this is resolved, I think the better for the global, not just economy, but for the global population. Let's just leave it at that.
yeah.
All right. So tomorrow's going to be interesting. I could see the markets down 5%. I could see them being, I could see anything happening, but it's going to be interesting. So Matt, how does this, before we get into the small portfolio challenge, does
Sure.
this impact your decision making, or are you still, every paycheck I get, I am confident in my positions long term that I'm allocating capital toward, and I'm just going to buy more, and if they go down, I'm just getting more shares for my money?
I think it doesn't change much unless this persists. So for now, um, for the next 15 days or so, I think in 15 days I get a bonus. But for now, this last paycheck, I have some money that went in on Friday, some money that's going to go in tomorrow, based off my normal automatic buys. That's not going to change. I'm not rushing out to go say buy one thing versus another. If this persists, probably on the 15th, I mean, I'd have a decent check that on the 15th is coming in. If that's the case, I might do something slightly different. But for now, I think for me, I'm looking towards this is probably going to be something that is short-lived. And so therefore, don't make an irrational move forward unless you know otherwise. So that's kind of where I'm at. I mean, it's unless there's like a sustained issue or skirmish for the next 3 weeks. I don't see a reason why I would really change up what I'm doing. I don't necessarily like to, if I see an opportunity to make like a swing trade or something, maybe I'll do something like that, but I'm not talking about large amounts of parts of the portfolio. It would just be things here or there. And I don't really foresee myself changing up any large legs of the portfolio unless this persists much longer.
Yeah. No, I'm with you. I'm with you. All right. I'm not planning on doing anything differently. This doesn't change my outlook on Nvidia. It doesn't change my outlook on Amazon. Certainly doesn't change my outlook on Meta. I mean, how the hell does this impact Meta? You know what I mean? Other than energy costs. The Meta is not transporting anything. All of us make Meta's content for it. So I'm not too worried about it. We're going to have to see what happens tonight in the overnight markets. We're going to see what have to happen tomorrow. And we may have to follow this story very closely throughout the week. Hopefully it gets alleviated. But if the market goes down, selfishly, kind of wish my paycheck was on the 2nd, not the 28th, because I believe I bought on Friday, even though the market was down. But if the market goes down on Monday, I would have loved that S&P money to be bought on Monday. But that's the thing about, and I want to hit this point home. I've said a lot that people investing in individual stocks usually get rewarded with a lot more upside than people that invest strictly in index funds, but they also share in the downside significantly more. Now, the markets have been seesawing. We've seen a rotation. People in tech have gotten really clobbered, but people in index funds haven't. And this is just one of those reasons why, to me, and I think Matt would agree, investing on a schedule, whether it's every 2 weeks or every month, into a S&P 500 index fund or a total market fund can be a great strategy for long-term investors because it allows you to benefit from buying at all different times in the market. It's very hard to time the market, but on stuff like this, you're getting a significant discount compared to 2 weeks ago, et cetera, et cetera. So I happen to like it, and this is really how I like to invest. I like buying when the market's down. I like buying when there's blood in the streets. I don't care about having paper losses in my account if it's positions I have strong conviction in, because if I buy it, I believe that there's future value. And if I liked it at 20 and then the next week it's at 15, there's nothing that's changed except something that's out of their control in the global macro environment, then I'm gonna buy more and I'm gonna dollar cost average down. Same, the S&P is the same thing. People who got scared during COVID and stopped their contributions because they thought the world was going to blow up weren't buying at the rock bottom where we've more than doubled from that. So I really think as a backstop, that's what makes me sleep well at night, knowing that I have a good backstop in the S&P that continuously gets added to. And when the markets are down, I'm adding. When the markets are high, I'm adding. And it just allows me to sleep well.
Steve, you allow me to sleep well.
You know what, Matt? I'm happy for that.
Are you?
Yeah.
You're a good man. G8 minus G7. Options purchased. S58.
Oh, you're working on your little homework assignment. You didn't do your homework. Oh, look at this guy showing up. Dog ate his homework. You know,
Yours is ready to go then, Steven?
Yeah, mine was ready to go.
Oh.
Mine was ready to go. I'm actually working on a little side quest while you're talking, as I can listen and prompt things. My side quest is going, and I may have added more agents. I may have added an earnings intelligence, a forward calendar agent, an income and dividend, so it's split out from the stock market strategist, a data verification, that's an editor-in-chief agent instead of just a compiler. And I may have added some tweaks to the X thread stuff and some other stuff. So, you know, I'm getting after it, Matt. I'm getting after it.
I'm glad one of us is Steve, because I am what you call these days a slacker.
I mean, oh, Matt, we have a text message from a very important person. What does this say? What the hell?
Just out of nowhere from the top
That
row.
is so wrong, and that is so not true.
Yeah.
My phone just went on silent now.
From the top rope, bro. From the
Oh
top
my God.
rope.
That was just a roast.
Just out of nowhere.
Out of nowhere. Yeah, Matt, I don't know how you can call yourself a slacker. That is definitely not what you are.
Yeah, I was up again working on the application. I'm very excited. Steve took a look finally. What I need to do is republish it, because there are some things that people are suggesting that I update on my tool that I had already updated a bit. So I need to republish that. So I'm going to republish right now. So anybody that is curious and has access to it, I'm not ready to distribute it to a larger audience. It's a test audience, because obviously it costs money to run it, and the more people that use it, the more money it costs. But so give it a minute, and yeah, if you guys have access, feel free to look at it. It takes a minute though to republish. So yeah, well, I'm still confused why that message was sent. How does that make you feel, Steve?
You know, Matt, as long as you're happy, that's all that matters. But you're not a slacker. I don't know why anybody would say you are. You're not a slacker.
Somebody's asking about Street Exchange. I'm hoping that Street Exchange gets an improvement over the coming days. So part of me was like, do I turn it back on? It's not very difficult to turn it back on. It's not a big deal. But my hope is that when it does go live again, it incorporates some of the things that I've been working on. We'll see.
Have you seen
when it does come back on, it'll be new and improved.
Have you seen what our friend Tevis built?
Is it the same thing from the other day?
Oh, he took it down. Or something happened. I can't get to it. It has a error 503 when I try to go to PaperPanda.io.
Huh? He thinks he's better than us.
It was up before. He had added some really cool stuff. I'm going to try it on a different browser, because I thought it was excellent what he built.
What do you think of mine, Steve?
I think yours is excellent too.
I'm just trying to get Steve to give me compliments.
No, you and him build something that I'm very interested in. I'm not going to say what it is, because I know you're not ready to release yours yet. So, but it's very cool. Very, very, very cool.
Yeah, I mean, if you guys have seen what I did with Stock Exchange, I think Stock Exchange or sorry, Street Exchange, the YouTube channel that I had kind of running 24/7. The hope is to kind of replicate this, replicate that, right? And that was kind of a rudimentary using Robinhood instead, using my own application and have some updates to it as well. Actually, that reminds me of another thing I need to put on the dashboard. But yeah, it's hopefully then you can also interact with it via YouTube as well. So while you guys are sitting there on YouTube, you can connect with it and chat with it and see if it's something you like. And if you like it, then you can, of course, there's a free version of it, but of course it costs money to run. And as much as I'd love to subsidize everybody getting a lot of good information, I will have to charge something. It won't be exorbitant. It'll probably start off with a couple dollars here or there a month. And then if you want to do more stuff, more extravagant stuff, which uses more computing power, it'll probably be a little bit more. But my hope is that freemium, if you're interested, you can sustain with 1 or 2 small queries a day. I'll be more than happy to allow you guys to do anything like that. It'll cost me, a couple cents, 10, 15 cents for people to do a couple queries a day. But if it's much more than that, unfortunately, I will have to charge.
Rusty, thank you very much for Tevis. I will take care of him. For Chris, thank you very much.
Get better, Chris.
Really appreciate it, Rusty. And we have some breaking news. Mike has said, Stephen, it is my responsibility to inform you that Sir Carson has gone bullish NVIDIA and has begun a position. Thank you for your attention to this matter. So, Joe and I are cool. There is no beef. I would like to reiterate that again. Everything is water under the bridge. It was a misunderstanding. And I am going to have to look into him buying NVIDIA. Maybe I'll reach out to him and have a little conversation with him. Who knows? I think that I'm very interested. I have no context around it. This is the first I'm hearing of it, so I will certainly look into it. Thank you.
Stephen.
Maddie.
The myth, the legend.
Some would say the myth, the legend.
So, Stephen, are you ready to share your portfolio or what?
I mean, I'm just waiting for you to do your homework. My homework was done, and you know it's done because you were able to see it when you went into the spreadsheet. And I have not made any changes. So, whatever you want to do, buddy. Are we ready or not?
Yeah.
Okay. Let me bring it up. I'll share the screen. I suck at life is what Matt is basically saying.
Always have.
Yeah, I know.
Every day that ends in Y, as you would say.
You're not wrong.
It doesn't feel good when your own words are used against it, does it, Steve?
You're not wrong. So
poor Steve.
Here is where I am at, everyone. I am down for the year on the challenge.
Oh no.
I did make a little purchase this week. I did purchase 100 shares of Zeta outright for the portfolio at 1681.50. So up 1350 on it. Not horrible. But yes, purchased 100 shares of Zeta. That's now in there. This week, I am planning on, once BMNR gets back to 20, which could be tomorrow, I'm going to write 2 covered calls against that position and try to offset the downturn. I'll probably write a covered call on the Zeta 100 shares, and I still have 1 cash secured put at 2050 that is expiring this week that I previously rolled for a net profit that I will probably have to roll again. Now, overall, I am down 11.94%. We'll make this a little bigger. which I'm not concerned about. Listen, I had a very busy week. My BMNR got put on me before the end of the day. Um, you look, this stuff happens. It's my own fault. It is what it is. I'm not worried about it. I've generated $602 from income from options. I haven't really written anything in the past 2 weeks. So I am planning on generating probably 100, 150 this week from options, if not more. And I do think that I will be back to even probably by the end of March, if not sooner. So that's where I'm at, everyone. I still have $910 of cash in this account that I can use. We'll see what happens. I am thinking about deploying that into something. We'll see. I'm not sure. But this is where I'm at. So, Matt, what do you think? And how bad am I?
Might be going to zero, Steve.
I mean, I don't think it's going to zero, Matt.
I might need to look at your logic that you have there.
For what?
Because my cash is all messed up somehow. I mean, I'm getting the right numbers. It's just it's stating that certain things are. So I might need to update my table to look like the one that you have on the screen.
Okay.
I think you have a little bit better of a way. But I understand why you're down. I mean, it's tough. $8,800 though, Steve. No bueno.
Not horrible.
Thought you were better than me.
Listen, only on days end and why.
But I'm surprised that you're down a good bit. But I think it's still early in the year, and there's an opportunity, especially if things rebound, like Zeta and stuff like that.
Yeah. And look, this was a challenge doing things that we normally don't do. So this wasn't something where I was just going to buy companies in the Mag 7 and chill. You know what I mean? Like, this was something that I said I'm going to do stuff differently. And one of the things didn't work out. It is what it is. It happens. And I could sit here and make up bullshit and beat Matt, but I'm an honest person. And this is what it really is. So it's no bullshit. This is really what's happening. And whatever I do, I'm going to put down here factually. That's all there is to it.
Someone's got to do it, Steve.
Somebody's got to do it.
Somebody's
you know what we should do?
What's that?
We should probably throw this up real quick. That
Steven?
Keep in mind, none of this is financial advice. Don't make any decisions off of us. We have no idea what we're talking about. We're not financial advisors. Take everything we say with a grain of salt. We are just two guys that does research. This is for educational, entertainment purposes only. Please pause and read the disclaimer. Thank you very much.
Steve, I don't show up for 5 minutes and you forget the disclaimer.
I think I forgot the disclaimer.
Steven, you're in shambles today.
Anyway, Matty Money.
Still positive for the year, but down.
Positive for the year. Shots fired. He opens up shots fired.
Shots fired, Stefan. So yeah, you can kind of see I had a pretty steady trajectory up to the middle of the month, where I got to like $11,500. So I was up like what, maybe close to 15%. But I've taken steps back. $200 last week, $232 this week. So I'm back down to 10,786. I got assigned more shares. So for anybody that's been following, I've been rolling these positions on SoFi. So I started at $24 for SoFi, rolled it again a week, captured some more premium. So overall on the SoFi premium, I captured, why is this not calculating? I guess close to $140 in terms of total premium. And so then that got rolled in and the shares ended up being purchased at, what is that? About $21 a share. And so with that, now they're obviously down 15%. So that's not bueno. Overall, we're down a pretty penny of well, I don't know if that should be summing. So it should be. This is Steve's table. I just live here. So we're down about 7%.
Making fun of me.
Oh, I'm just calling out the obvious, so it's not an addition there. But yeah, so the total investment that I have is $6,300. In terms of that, my Palantir option that I bought 3 contracts, hoping for a rebound much faster. This rebound is obviously taking much longer, so I don't know if this is actually going to end up working out. But I bought 175 strikes, not because I thought it was going to 175, but because I thought with the delta that it had at the price that it had, if it turned around very quickly, you'd be able to get a couple percentage points very quickly. Unfortunately, it's just been going and lagging in the 130 range, 140 range, and not moving much faster. So with that, the return on this one down pretty substantially, about 70%. I never really like to do swing trades like this and options anyway, just because I know I can never get the timing right. And that's part of the reason why my investment style is more long term. I'm just not very good at sniping. Sometimes I get lucky and can make a good snipe, but in this case, for the past 2, I did not. So yeah, that was coupled with the TQQQ that's been closed out. I need to write a closed piece here, but yeah, that ended up being about $88. So I went back to cash. So where am I at still with options? The only option I have left is Serve Robotics. That's rolled out till March 20th. That's still at the $12 strike, and 2 contracts for that one. I think I'm underwater. I think Serve is around 1050 or so last I checked. So underwater on these as well, but I wouldn't mind holding Serve. So even if it gets put to me, that's fine. That was kind of
Wait, hold on. Let me ask you something. So Serve Robotics, scrolling, you have what on it? Cash secure put?
Cash secure put.
All right. How much was the cash secure put for?
$12.
No.
1,200 times 2.
And what's the value now?
Oh, well, there's no value now button, Steven.
There is. Well,
on your in your initial table there wasn't.
I believe that there. So in the initial table there wasn't. I had built something on the side that I actually deleted by accident, but there was something. So basically, do we know? So what's the share price of Serve right now?
$10.
All right, so you're minus 200 on that. Minus 250.
Yeah.
Okay. Is that accounted for in your overall?
No.
Okay.
I'm down, I guess 400 plus I got the 400 premium, so I guess technically
yeah, we need to I need to build it out so it calculates that for everyone.
Yeah, I just didn't want to change things the way that you had it, because, and so if you changed it, I'm more than happy to update it as you have it.
Yep.
I just didn't want to do anything different than you because I didn't want to change things.
Yep. I'll update it later. Anyway, keep going.
Yeah, that's pretty much it. So yeah, like I stated, so what this is basically still saying is that all the options that have been assigned are being purchased. So I think Steve added an additional table piece in here. So I need to update what's actually been like assigned to me versus what is actually like a purchased option, like a long call. So that way I can discriminate and differentiate between the two. Sorry, not discriminate, but differentiate between the two. But overall, the numbers add up. So still up 7.86%. Premiums I've generated is about 1,800 or so overall. But obviously, I've had to buy stock at some prices as well. So, but yeah, there's some between these two columns here. I need to differentiate these a little bit more, and I think Steve's done that now in his. So, I think I just need to take a moment to do that. But what you're mostly looking at now is the majority of the portfolio is in Palantir 2X shares, which are about flat, if I recall. Nope, down 3%. So we're down 3% on those. I thought they were positive, but it's neither here nor there. It's even if it did get to positive, it was like less than 1%. It might have been just flat. So that's about 38% of the portfolio. The serve cash secured puts about 22%. Cash is about 22% as well. So I still have around $2,300 in cash. And then you have a Palantir call, which is that 175 options for August, was it? Let me see. Here it is. No, it's March. Okay, so it was much quicker than that. Never mind. I'm thinking of something else. So that might end up just going to zero. So that's a 0.6% loss on the entire portfolio. If it does go to zero, we'll see, I guess, when Palantir comes up. Maybe because of this Middle East conflict, Palantir will go up because previous skirmishes, Palantir's been involved, and it's done well for the price. And then you have the SoFi shares that have now been assigned, being worth about 16% of the portfolio.
It's true. It's true. Could go up.
Yeah, I mean, I hope it does. I mean, even if I, now that I'm assigned, I can write covered calls. So these were just assigned on Friday, so that's why there's no opposite covered calls on this. But I wouldn't mind, I mean, a prime example of this. I know it's going to be out of date here, but I mean, even just taking a small single off of writing a covered call on this bad boy for March 20th. I mean, even if you're just saying at the 21 strike or something like that, or the 17, the 21 and a half. I mean, that's $17, so it'll help, especially if it stays below. So as long as it's above my cost basis, which is 2,100 for 100 shares, so $21 a share, pretty much. So.
All right. So what do you think about doing this week, Matt? You got cash. You said you got around 22%.
That's a good question. I mean, we have earnings for Venture Global Next Decade tomorrow morning. To be honest, if Next Decade doesn't move, I think it's because how long is this going? Is this going to year end, Steve, or is this a year thing? I mean, it's pretty much the same, right?
I mean, year end is fine. We started in January, I think. Or
yeah, we started the second week of the year.
Yeah,
so it's pretty much the same. So even if it's 12 months or a year, it's about the same timeline. I mean, Next Decade, bro. It's getting to a point where time is running out. In terms of catalysts, like waiting around for catalysts. So they've sanctioned the 4th train, they've sanctioned the 5th train. Obviously, the market didn't like the fact that they are taking on a lot of interest to be able to do that. But at the same time, they didn't dilute the shareholders. So I was excited because I was expecting to get diluted 50%, and I was taking that into my calculations, and it's not. Bankers are upset because I think they're looking at it from a project level. So at a project level, it'll struggle more, but on a per share basis, you end up being better, right? So to me, paying an extra 2% or whatever, an interest cost, or taking on more debt, as long as you can guarantee that the stock is, or the asset is going to pay for it, is better than diluting. Because what I was looking at was basically getting a 50% haircut on the ownership that I had in the company. So now that that's no longer the case, it's like, okay, yes, your EPS may be dragged down by 15 to 20%, but I was expecting to get it wiped out by 50%. So to me, that's a positive. Everyone else in the bankers, etc., looking at it like a negative. Some major shareholders like Hanwha Aerospace are looking at it like a positive, just like I am. They've bought more in and helped absorb some of the shareholders that have left. But for me, I think it's more positive. Within the thing that's troubling me about next decade is I don't know if we're going to see first gas before the end of the year. I'm cautiously optimistic we might see first gas in trains 1 and 2. And what do I mean by first gas is they're going to enter molecules into the facility. They're not going to sell them. You obviously have to commission, make sure all the pressures are right, optimize things. So in that respect, they might just be recirculating some things and trying to make sure that everything's prepared. But you'll hear more tomorrow. If it doesn't pop tomorrow because of, say, a major announcement, they might be being coy. They might say, they might, I don't want to say sandbag, but being conservative on, yes, we're making good progress, but we still want to hold to a mid-year 2027 startup, then, you might not necessarily get that pop. But I've heard things from people that are in the industry that they're running really well. They're doing things ahead of schedule, and they're really doing really quick work there. And I'm curious to see what it shows up. There hasn't been an updated slide pack on and construction update since October, which was when they sanctioned the 5th train. So if there's no pop tomorrow, I might take a flyer or two. I don't know how I'm going to do it. Maybe I'll ask my tool. But if that's the case, I still think that next decade is extremely cheap here. 1.5 billion dollar market cap. I think the market cap for the company can go to 20. On a it's where my base case is. There's downside cases of 0, of course, but my base case is $20 billion market cap within the next 10 to 15 years, which is obviously a large compound annual growth rate. It'll be volatile and it'll be plateauy and stair-steppy, but cautiously optimistic that within the next 24 months, it'll be above $10 a share, and you'll be exporting gas by that point. So who's to say what actually happens with that? So I don't know. That might be a good flyer depending on what happens.
I want to ask you a question. So next decade, when do you think they're going to start exporting?
They have stated by end of 27 is when they're going to actually export. But I'm optimistic that they'll start actually exporting by mid-year 27. And everyone's pricing it for basically nothing. That's not true. $5.50 or something.
So it's back down.
Yeah.
This is something that I may want to start position in.
Steven, I've told you about it many moons. You don't like
it? But I've been waiting for the right time, and I think we're starting to get close to the right time.
It's interesting. It's kind of like you have a window, so if it doesn't pop in the next couple quarters, like it's gonna get. Oh wait, oh never mind. No, it is still 550. My cursor was on a previous date. I mean, to me, it's kind of like I don't think it's gonna get much cheaper than $5 a share. The cash flow that you're gonna get. Let me put it this way, Steve. The cash flow from the first part of the facility, which it's not going to be fully ramped up until, in my opinion, mid 28 or end of 28. So you still have time for that because obviously there's 3 trains, right? You have to commission each 3, one at a time, and so you'll start exporting from the first train, commissioning the second, commissioning the third, etc. over time. So even if you get mid-year 27, you're not going to be fully commissioned until likely the first half of 28, if not mid-2028. So that being stated, the cash flow that you're going to be getting from that, though, is about $200 million a year. Free cash, right? So after debt's been paid, all that sort of stuff. So you're basically saying at this point, the company is worth 7x. It's fully ramped up 2028 run rate, right? Then you have the fourth and fifth facilities, which will get you closer to like 650 to 750 million. So when those ramp up, and this is before they refinance things, right? They're going to eventually refinance things. You keep in mind, these guys have junk bond rating, no rating at all, actually, by Moody's and S&P. They have to go to and do creative financing. So once they're actually generating revenue, they can refinance. And once they refinance, they're going to be able to shave hundreds of millions of dollars off their interest rate. And so once they are able to do that, obviously, if you're talking about a 1.4, I think we talked about this the other night, you're talking about a $1.4 billion market cap, shaving off $100-200 million worth of interest payments is massive, especially when you put a multiple of it on, say, 10x a multiple, right? You shave $100 million off, you can generate $1 billion worth of market cap. And that's not even before you start bringing on the additional trains. There's potential for 10 total trains in this facility. So once it's fully ramped up, I'm cautiously optimistic that it could be worth close to $20 billion. But anyway, that's 10 years down the road. So we'll see.
Okay. Well, I think LNG is the future bridge. I've never been in the camp that we're going 100% renewable. So next decade is something that I've been interested in. Now, if I'm not mistaken, when they bring up all trains, they're expected to be the second largest in the LNG exporting game. Is that correct, Matt?
No,
Third?
third, probably third. But that facility might be the second largest, if not the largest facility. But Next Decade doesn't own 100% of the facility, right? So, but they would probably own the third most in the U.S. in terms of export capacity with their equity share. So Cheniere will still be second by a large margin. Venture Global, once they start bringing on CP2, they'll be the largest exporting capacity. And then Next Decade will probably be close to, if not the third, because I don't foresee anyone else building a large facility like this. A lot of the facilities that you see are under 20 MTPA. And so even if somebody owned 100% of that, Next Decade, if this thing is fully built out, we're talking about 10 trains at about 6 MTPA a piece. So you're talking about 60 MTPA of total export capacity. So basically Sabine Pass again, right? So if that's the case, Next Decade is not going to own all of it, but it'll own probably close to let's just say half of it, just under half. That'll make them close to 30 MTPA of export capacity. And then there's thoughts that with the cash flow that they get, they're going to potentially look at other sites as well. They haven't explicitly stated that, but they're talking about some sort of M&A, whether that is the Texas LNG facility that's up the Brownsville ship channel. That's apparently not dead yet. But whether or not they take over that project, I think it actually would be very beneficial if they did. But yeah, I don't know. That's all speculation and hearsay from me. But what I can say is that you're getting closer.
White House quant, and you're my quant. So
our quant.
I wouldn't say it's speculation. I'm taking this very seriously, Matt.
You should. But no, I think it'll be interesting.
You're hilarious. You should.
I think it'll be interesting. The thing so actually you give kudos to Chris Patel on this one, because I knew the Rio Grande, I know the landscape, but I don't always know that, what tickers are trading, right? So he actually is the one that introduced me to the fact that Next Decade was actually trading as a ticker. I knew about the company. It's obviously a big company here in Houston. I knew about the project because I keep an eye on LNG as a total in the Gulf area, because I live on the Gulf Coast. So I know of these companies, but I didn't know it was actually publicly traded. So shout out to Chris, because he introduced me to it, and it seems like it's going to be good. I'm cautiously optimistic that it's going to be really good.
All right. I like it, Matt. I like it. So, outside of that, what would you like to discuss? I know you got Rocket Lab weekly at 5, so why don't we go to 4:30?
Yeah.
What do you got there?
It's a
That's no, no,
AW
no,
Zero.
on your wrist. Little fake something.
My fake Rolex, yeah.
Your Folex?
Fake Rolex.
Folex? All right.
It's not a new one, Steve. Much to my dismay. Instead of buying a Rolex, I bought shares in Replit. So
What's the ticker?
there is no ticker.
That's a private placement you were talking about.
Little private placement, Steven.
Ooh. Are there any other private placements you're looking at?
I've been approached for a few, but nothing. The one that I might regret not getting in on is Zaptronic, but I haven't heard of any ups to them. So
okay,
but nothing else yet.
All right. Well, Matt, I am looking at a few things this week.
Oh, what are you looking at, Steve?
I'm looking at a few things. I am looking at a little company called Amazon. No surprise.
Oh,
but
little company.
But I am considering getting out of service now.
We talked about this. Yeah. I don't know if we talked about it live, but we definitely talked about this.
Yeah, I'm
give people the reasoning.
Considering getting out. I do think it's a great company. I may write cover calls at my price where I bought it. Let it get taken away. Let's see. I really want more Zeta. The more I listen to, and I listened to the interview with Sam, with Wealth Mania, or whatever the tag number is on X. The more I listen to this guy, the more I think Zeta is going to become a huge company. Maybe not huge to the standards of 100 billion, but I do think there's a pathway to get to 5 to 10 billion revenue with this company. And I think that this can do well. My own opinion. I want more of it. So
Steven wants more.
That's the only thing I'm really looking at building right now.
I don't hate it. And I just want to be clear. You're not bearish on now, right? Service now, right? You just think that there's better opportunities elsewhere. And you want to maintain the amount of positions. You think that the capital, while it might be great, it might take longer than you want, and you feel like Zeta is just a better opportunity at this point.
Yeah, my reasoning is it's a $4.5 billion company. I think it can get to $20 billion company, and I think that return is bigger than anything else in the time frame. I think it can get to 20 than anything else I'm investing in. So if you look at it as, I think it can get to 20 billion market cap in 2 years. I mean, you can do the math. 4.5 billion market cap to 20 billion. It's a multi-bagger. My thing is, yes, I want more Amazon, but is it a multi-bagger in the next 2 years? Probably not. So
yeah,
that's where I'm at on this. And would I buy more SoFi here? I have a full position. I don't need to. You know, I'm up on my investment. Am I up as much? No, but I have a single dollar cost basis, not a double digit, you know? So I don't feel the need to add at 17 because I would just be bringing my price up. And I'm not 100% sure, and nothing's 100%, right? But if you said to me, Zeta and SoFi are at the same price right now, which one do I think has more alpha in 2 years from now? I think it's Zeta.
Like 23 billion. I mean, I'm looking at SoFi now, and SoFi has always been on the fringe for me. Like, I don't hate the company. I think it's a great bank. I look at it like a bank, and I don't know, $23 billion market cap. I mean, they're making some good moves in the right direction. The price to earnings is a little high still. but I think that that'll get moved out. I mean, you're increasing. You just hit profitability, right? So I mean, you're increasing that EPS very quickly. I wouldn't be surprised if you clear close to 80 cents this year, in terms of total EPS. So I don't know. I've always looked, and if you think about it, 80 cents on $17 is not a horrible, especially at the rate of which SoFi is growing. It's a bank. Like if you think about it, it's like it's a bank. Like you will be able to slow and steady. It's not anything crazy. So, SoFi seems to be more volatile, but I still can't believe Tevis won that fucking bet, bro. Fucking $17 right now.
You missed it by like 2 weeks, man.
I know, dude. What the fuck? But anyway, it's fine because it'll just be champagne or something when we're out on vacation. But it's like $25, dude. What the fucking $30, man? I can't believe it. But this is cheaper than when I sold it. So, if I were to enter another position, SoFi might be it, dude. Like if you were to give me money now and you want to say, I want something that in 10 years is going to be guaranteed money, not guaranteed, can't say guaranteed, but is high likelihood to be higher than it is today, zero risk of this GPU, AI sort of stuff, then what would you do? And I'd be like, SoFi is probably your play, right? I was also thinking Nubank, but Nubank didn't get slapped nearly as hard as SoFi has over the past coming weeks. I like Nubank. Nubank is also 3 times the size of SoFi. So, how big is the runway for a Nubank versus a SoFi? I think that there's a much bigger opportunity for SoFi here at this point. And but yeah, I can understand where you've been a long-term holder and you were buying at $6-7 for SoFi, just like I was. I think
I bought a little bit down there. I mean, look at that time, I was buying a few things, but my average cost is like $8.59. I mean, don't forget, I also was buying SoFi. I think my first tranche of shares was 18. I bought it 14. I bought it 10. I bought it 6.
Yeah.
I bought it all over the place. So
I was part of the D-SPAC back when Chamath kind of brought it public. So and then I sold because I forget what price it went up to. It skyrocketed in price, and so I sold back then. And I mean, it was an absurd price back then, but yeah, and I get it. Like some people might be like, oh, but Nubank has a has a huge runway. I get it, guys. Like I'm not saying that Nubank won't do well. It's just already a 70-something billion dollar company, and in order for it to double, it needs to double. And how easy is it to double with what they already have established? I'm not saying it won't. I'm optimistic. Nubank will eventually be a $250 billion company with what I know, easily, maybe within the next 10 years. But we're talking about then increasing 150, 200%, versus a SoFi, which I think also has the ability to be a $250 billion company. So that alone, the fact that SoFi is trading at 3 times less, 1/3 the price of a Nubank, even though the share prices are the same, you're talking about market capitalization increase here. You have the ability to potentially 10x on a SoFi versus a Nubank. You might only 2.5 or 3x. So that's just the name of the game, guys. Like that's what you really need to look at. Stop looking at share price. I look at market cap. I look at the whole company, right? And I look at it like if I were to buy this whole company, I think so many times people get so consumed on share price, they forget that they're paying out the ass sometimes for market cap on some of these things, and then they end up getting burned because sometimes it's just not worth it. So in my thought, I like Nubank. I don't dislike Nubank. If I had all the money in the world, I'd have a piece of Nubank, but I have to choose my my riders, carefully. And one, I don't like the geopolitical risk associated with with not geopolitical, but the geographic risks, like so many places in South America. Like, I don't know if I want the South American exposure with Nubank. It's not horrible. There's a lot of opportunity, but there's also risks associated with it, etc. SoFi is just America. I don't know. I think there's a little bit more stability in that. And it's a third of the cost of Nubank. So Nubank's also cheaper trading though, and it's only like a 25 XP.
Man. I know a lot of people like LATAM and stuff. I'm just not a. I don't know. Shouldn't say I'm not a fan. I'm just not. I like SoFi more. I think Noto's a great CEO, and I think they're going to do great things. I'm just not. I can't be in everything as much as I want to be.
Yeah, no, you can't. And I think that's people need to recognize. Like, check out this company. Check out this. Like, I love it. I hope you do well, but I can't. Just because I'm not in something doesn't mean I'm not bullish on it. I'm very bullish on SoFi. I'm very bullish on a lot of things. I just can't have my money in everything.
Yeah.
Steve, people are saying that the numbers don't lie, just like your hips and your lips.
I don't know if that's what they're saying, but
some people are saying Steve's on tonight and his hips don't lie, so he's starting to feel you.
I gotta tell you, I'm excited for the future show with Amit. I want to see where the market's open, man.
It'll be interesting.
Dude, my hair is a freaking wreck. My hair is freaking long as hell. Long as hell.
You're right now?
What?
Your hair right now?
Yeah, my hair is long as hell.
That snowstorm last week really got you in a tiffy, Steve.
I know. I texted my barber. I said to him, I'm not, obviously I don't want to wait. Text me when you're available. So I may take a little walk in a little bit, go get a little cut up. We'll see.
Are you gonna get a delicious coffee somewhere?
I still got some Starbucks left, I don't know. This barista didn't write anything. Normally, the barista that I know usually writes on my cup.
You sad about it, Steve?
A little bit.
I mean, if we end,
I like when they write, "Have a good day." I don't know.
I should have a good day. It makes you feel like, I do deserve a great day. I do deserve it. I work hard. My name's Steve. Is that what you feel?
Just
It makes me feel good too. I'm not trying to be mean. It makes me feel good too. I get it. It gives me
I'm just saying, I like the effort. That's all.
As men, we don't get enough compliments.
No, I'm just saying I like the effort that they're putting in versus going to Dunkin'.
Wait, they actually handwrite it, or they have a stamp?
Yeah, no, they legitimately handwrite it on there.
Oh, that's nice of them. Yeah, we have at work. It says they have like stamps, and they just stamp it. They don't say like. Sometimes they'll write nice things, but most of the time they just stamp it.
I have no idea about anything with drones. I would say Anduril's going to be the winner, but they're not public. I have not looked at ONDAS. I think Sam covers that. Matt, do you know anything about this company?
I didn't hate it. The thing that it's tough space, right? I mean, like you said, Anduril's part of it. There's a lot of people part of it. Drones as a whole, difficult, but they've won some recent contracts. I haven't done as much deep diving into it as I want to. When I was looking at it, they hadn't announced a lot of things, and now that they've announced some things, and the price is back below $10, it gives me a little bit more wiggle room. When I was looking at it before, it was like $12, and they hadn't announced a lot of things. So there's been a lot of uncertainty removed about the future potential of the company, capital. A lot of M&A has taken place, and there was an investor day not too long recently, and I would have to do some more deep diving. I didn't hate it. I don't think people will lose money. What I said, which obviously drew up a lot of controversy on X, was I don't know if this is going to outpace something like the S&P 500 in the next 10 years based off of what I know. Now that you've been able to shave off 25% off the share price, that might have changed, right? So So yeah, at the time when I was looking at it with the uncertainty, I was just like, you know what? Like, I would rather just have my money in the S&P. But it being shaved 25% from here, them having a little bit more clarity about the future potential of the company, them having a little bit more cash on the balance sheet, it could outpace the S&P. I don't know. I need to do more due diligence, but it leans me more towards it looks a little bit better than in the past. I'm not putting money into it, but if it did drop substantially, I could see it. It's going to be making money here. It's EBITDA positive, if I remember correctly. It's not GAAP profitable, but it's EBITDA positive. So hopefully within the next couple quarters, it actually starts to pay some bills. And once it does, then it could be off to the races. And then obviously with that positive GAAP profitability, we always know there's that opportunity to enter the S&P 500, but it's still super low market cap. So it might be a while. So you could enter some other ones though, and with that you can get some increased liquidity. Small cap or Russell 2000, etc. So it might be in the 2000. I don't know.
All right, you heard it here first, everyone. For the last 9 minutes, let's just answer questions from the chat, Matt.
I like it.
All right, everyone, ask your questions. And thank you, everybody, for being here. We truly appreciate you hanging out with us on a Sunday afternoon.
165 people on my channel, Steve. It's great. I appreciate that. 12 and a half minute view duration. Really appreciate that, everyone. That means a lot. Oh, really $10 super chat. I'm just seeing that. Thank you so much. I did not see that come through. So, oh my goodness. Maiken, thank you. Could we? Oh, I did talk about Ondas. Okay. Much appreciated, my man. As always, don't feel obligated to do super chats, but it helps maybe with the app. So I've spent more than I've wanted to building this app so far. Who knows if it's actually going to end up being wasted money or not, but it's been fun.
What was your first entry-level car? I had a Jeep.
What year?
I don't remember.
My how big of a story? Do you just want me to give a name, or you want a little story, Steve?
Whatever you want to do, man.
I'll do a quick story so we can get to more. I want to get to more questions. So,
well, there's one question I want to specifically get to that just got asked. So, mini story.
We'll answer that first, and then you have an answer for it.
Do I think we're going into a recession? I don't have enough data. I'm not worried about a recession based off of what is happening right now in the Middle East. I do think that this will get solved sooner rather than later. What worries me more is if layoffs pick up, because I think that will hurt GDP. Mm-hmm. And I don't have enough data. I will get back to you on that. Mm-hmm. So give your little synopsis, Matt, about your car.
No, I'm with you. I align with you on the and thank you for the 5 members, Rusty. That's much appreciated, man. You're the GOAT. The car, it was called the Cherry Popper, Steve. It had been first car. It was a maroon 1996 Ford Explorer. It had been driven by everybody in my family up to that point, except for my brother, maybe. My mom owned it first. We bought it as a family car, and then it was given to my sister when she went off to college, and then she's 8.5 years older than me. And then it was given to my other sister when she learned to drive, and then it was given to me when I learned to drive. So very awesome. I love that car. Everyone loved the Cherry Popper. It was awesome. And then then I got a Mountaineer, 2001 Mountaineer, 2003, 2004 Mountaineer. But yeah, that 96 Ford Explorer was all time. Love that car.
Mountaineer. What is that again?
It's the same thing. It's a Mercury. They don't make Mercuries anymore, I don't think. Maybe they do, but
actually,
it's the same thing as a Ford Explorer. Yes, thank you. Much appreciated, Brew Tank. I've been trying to take my health much more seriously. Eating once a day, Keeping below 2,500 calories for the day. Down a good bit, but I don't really weigh myself, but
I
what
don't
started
know.
at.
I don't know what price I'd buy more SoFi. I have a big position, so I'm the wrong person to ask. Look, I think it's going to be higher than it is now. I just have a full position, so I don't know. Oh wow! Thank you for
The
the
$10
super.
bonus.
It was a Vanguard mutual fund. Individual stock was either Intel or Apple, which I sold both of them way too quick, obviously.
Mine was, I remember, actually, I wonder if this is the same. Obviously, the 401k was my first, but does this go back all the way to 2012? Let me see. Oh my God, it does. First stock bought looks like a company other than the 401k. Looks like a company called Rexon Pharmaceuticals. It was when I was like trying to date. I actually made money on this. Steven, I've been destined to make money in the market since day one.
Destin.
And this is when you had to pay $7.95 purchase and I'm sorry, 15. Eventually it came down to $7.95, I think. But even 2013, let's see. I remember Sony being one of my first positions in 2013. Yingli Green Energy, I lost money on that one. More Rexon, which I eventually lost all the money that I made on Rexon and then some. My big winner in 2013 was 3D Systems, Steve. 3D Systems, 3D printing company. I was really big into the sector ETFs back then. Fidelity had just created a bunch of free sector ETFs, so you didn't have to pay the entry and exit fee, which was great because I was only investing like $100 here, $100 there. Which, if you think about it, buying $100 here, $100 there, $200 here, $7.95 enter and exit. It's a big blocker.
Okay. What else do we got? Let's see.
Somebody asked if I was gonna do meetups. I'd probably just do meetups with Amit. It just makes more sense because he's already planning them. So apologies, but I mean, if there's a large, I don't have a larger audience than Amit, so it just doesn't make sense for me to have separate. But if people here in Houston, more than happy, or in Texas, more than happy to potentially do a small Texas meetup or something.
Yeah, I agree. I'm not doing any meetups on my own. I will be supporting Amit and doing his. I'll be in California. I'll be in Chicago. Probably be in some other areas too. So
When's Chicago again?
Last weekend in May, I believe.
That's awesome. That's awesome. Yeah, we'll meet up at a Dutch Bros. Or actually, I'll have Dutch Bros catered. How about that?
I want In-N-Out Burger when I'm in California. Somebody needs to take me.
Oh, dude. Yeah. Tevis isn't going. Is Tanner going?
I don't know.
Huh.
I want In-N-Out Burger. When I'm in Chicago, I want Chicago-style pizza.
I might go to Tanner's for Toronto. I have some friends in Toronto. And Tevis will be there too. So it'll be good for me to hang out with Tevis. More one-on-one. Tanner, if he'll have me. I think he was I asked him. I think he was receptive to that. And there's some other friends I've made in Toronto along the way. Pretty much if you meet a Canadian, they're like 90% likelihood that they live in Toronto. So,
well, just so everybody's aware, I did get my real ID. I am a citizen, even though nobody believes it. I just got my real ID. I'm allowed to get on a plane. I am going to get a passport because mine is expired. So I will be able to travel anywhere pretty soon.
Anywhere, Steve?
I mean, that's
Are
what
you
they
coming to
say.
Are you coming to Singapore, Steve?
Well, no, I mean, the fact that I can travel anywhere, that does not mean I'm going to go anywhere. Two different
Steve,
things. Sir.
are we going to Mexico, Steve?
Hell no. This is why I'm not going. You know why. I mean, you see what's going on down there. You guys are crazy.
All I see is discounts, baby.
All I see is discounts, he says. Listen, I don't have that kind of
Sorry, that was very insensitive. I didn't mean in any insensitivity
I
to the people
don't
of
I don't
Mexico.
have any sway down there. I'm not looking to go.
Oh, dude, Italy. I saw a video. Thank you, Spencer. Much appreciated. How unhinged is Spencer? Dude, Spencer, you guys have no idea. No
The
idea.
stuff that goes into my freaking stuff because of Spencer is heroic.
The stuff that comes out of Spencer's mouth
Heroic.
through text is heroic. Would you do an Italy trip, Steve?
Maybe.
I was looking at some stuff off the Amalfi Coast, dude, and I'm just like,
It depends on a few things. It depends if my wife would want to go. It depends on how. I mean, that's something you got to do for a long time. So I don't know. I don't have that.
what do you mean
type
a
of
long time? Like a week, 2 weeks? What do you mean?
time. A long freaking time.
A week?
I don't have that kind of time to spare.
Steven, I think towards the end of this year you'll have some time.
I don't have that kind of time to spare.
Get some seafood.
Yeah, you lost me at seafood.
That's true. Steve doesn't do that.
You
We'll get you
lost
some
me.
chicken. We'll ask the restaurant if they do chicken tenders for you.
No, we want a bloody steak. We want pizza or chicken parms.
I want to see that light, fluffy pizza that they got over there.
So there is a pizzeria on Long Island, okay, called Phil's. Their Instagram account is so amazing. I love the content that they put out.
Bring it up, Steve.
Bring it up. Can we show
Bring it
that?
up.
All right,
We
hold
can
on.
show it as long as it doesn't have music.
Yeah, I don't think it does.
And if it does, just make sure you just
Hold on.
and hide all the baddies that you follow. No, I'm just kidding.
I don't follow anybody, really. I just follow back. I don't know how to freaking use this. Phil's.
Steve is hysterical. He doesn't message me in Instagram with reels. He'll text me.
No, why would I freaking? I don't know.
He texts me the reels. He doesn't DM me the reels, bro. It's so funny.
All right.
But tell me about this pizza. What do we got? Is it like very authentic or is it?
No, so I've been here. Their pizza's really good. I didn't know that they are like known for their chicken parm.
Steven. Chicken parm sounds so good right now.
They're just hilarious. They're making like really funny content.
Steve, Phil's in Syosset?
Syosset.
Syosset.
All right. I think I screwed it up. I gotta share it.
The shadow government, bro. The best.
What happened?
The shadow government's just chirping up. I love it. Keep it up, boss lady.
All right.
Oh, this guy looks trim.
Thank you. Right. Thank you. So can I get one more napkin? This one's like a little ripped.
Yeah.
Please.
There you go.
Thank you. Appreciate it. Awesome. You think I can get one more napkin? One more. Just one,
One more?
Yeah, just one more. Please. Come on.
You're the guy from the last time, right? With all those fucking napkins all over the table?
Yeah,
I bought you something.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Oh,
Fucking napkins.
you're the
When you're
best.
done, shove it up your ass.
Oh, you're the best. Oh, Ken. Oh, you're the best. Number one.
Number one.
I mean, they make great content. It's hilarious.
So true, though. Like, can I get more napkins? Like, bro.
All right, Miguel, here you go. Here's the delivery. Just be careful out there. There's a lot of ice out there.
Oh, it's migration outside? I'm not fucking going. I'm going here.
Miguel, ice, not that ice. Ice like you're going to...
Get the message that just sent me. I was not prepared for that at all.
I wasn't prepared for that.
All right, there you go, sir. Anything else?
Thank you. That is it.
Yeah.
Can you do me a favor? Is there anywhere I can get like holes in this box? I want it vented because
Vent it for what? What do you mean vent it?
because it gets soggy when it sits in the box. I'm gonna go on a long road trip.
You guys fucking gotta be fucking kidding me.
Oh,
There you
that's
go.
perfect.
How's that?
Exactly how I want.
Have a great day.
Thank you. You're the best. Love you.
Love you. All right.
So their social media has gone viral. It's just, but these two guys who rank Italian food on Long Island put Phil's in as one of the best chicken parms, and I've never had their chicken parm ever.
When we
So I
going,
gotta
Steve?
go.
Oh, Portnoy was there.
Where's Portnoy?
To the left of your down left.
Oh, here. Can we show this?
Unless there's music, I think it should be good.
What do you really think of Dave Portnoy and reviewing pizza places?
I got to be honest with you. I'm
Oh,
one
yeah.
of the few places that got the Barstool Fund during COVID. And
Oh, wow.
If he came here to rate my pizza, I would just want to sit with him like this and talk to him and ask him why he chose me.
So wait, hang on. This is
Yeah.
a nice story.
Yeah.
Dave Portnoy helped keep the business alive during COVID.
Yes.
Okay, and he has never come to.
Never.
You've never had the chance to thank him.
No, not personally. I mean, I've emailed him and like messaged him and stuff like that. But I mean, I would give my right leg to sit with him and just thank him and ask him why he chose me. Really, like he really.
Because he
I
chose
can't-
you before you were an internet star too.
He did, yeah. I'm on, maybe I had about 1,500 followers at the time
Okay.
during COVID.
No, this is nice. No, I'm being
Yeah.
real for a minute.
Yeah.
So, like, all jokes aside, how do you feel? Though he's a hero.
I mean, he
I love
promotes
Portnoy,
the
dude.
industry for nothing. I mean, why is he doing this? He's not getting paid for it.
Why is he doing
Yes,
this?
He's
Good
just a
question.
guy that loves
Yeah.
pizza and he goes to pizzerias. I mean, and these people that don't want him there, like, what do you care? Even if he gives you like a 1.5 on your slice, you're
Any
still gonna
press
get
is good press. is
Oh
sort of
my
feeling
God.
On that, yeah.
like you're still gonna do phenomenal. Everybody's gonna want to try the 1.5 slice. Like, what do these people get mad for?
So
I get
true.
that. What do you think of Yelpers?
They're assholes.
What do you really think of Dave Portnoy and reviewing pizza places?
I got to be honest with
Love
you.
it.
I'm one of the few
So true.
places that got the Barstool Fund during COVID. And if he came here to rate my pizza, I would just.
Steve,
wanna
are you
sit with
lost
him
in the
like this and
comments?
talk.
Yeah, I was looking at it. I mean, no, I gotta go. I gotta go.
Dude, he's so right though. Like even at a 1.5 slice, like people definitely go. I would try if there was a 1.5 slice around here, I would have to go just to be like, okay, is my palate, you know what I mean? Because I've had slices before. For a prime example, I think I grew up on a pie that was a very sweet sauce. So like, and some people don't like a sweet sauce with their
Well,
pizza.
that's the old way of making it. I happen to love the sweet sauce.
Yeah, I'm a big. It's old school. This place has
Yeah.
been around since my dad and my mom were dating, and so they had a sweet sauce. And so I grew up, and some people are like, "This is what is this? Am I eating dessert?" Like it wasn't that sweet, but I loved it. Like a nice, deep, dark red, sweet sauce. Circular around the. I just loved it. So some people like cheese covering the whole thing. I don't know. I'm more of a sweet stuff. Franzones in Bridgeport. Shout out to those guys. I loved it. I grew up on that. Every time I'm home, if I stop by the Philly airport and I'm going to visit my mom, and I'm about to go drive because she lives kind of in the middle of Pennsylvania, I'll see if I can grab a slice or two. Not a slice, a pie or two.
Yeah, oh, I'm so ready. Oh, this looks so good. I gotta bring it back up. Oh my god, I think I found.
What's your thought on white pizza, Steve?
Not a fan.
The onions, the garlic, or what?
No.
Okay.
Hey, what's going on? How are
Hey,
you?
how are you?
Good.
It's miserable out there.
Yeah, just like your fucking face.
What'd you say?
No, nothing. What can I get?
I'm here.
Yeah, you got it. Give
Thank
me like
you.
15 minutes, sir.
All right,
Thank
great.
you. Hey, what's going on? How are you?
Hey,
Oh, I thought they were gonna show the chicken parm hero. It looks so freaking good.
It does look good.
It looks so good. I am so ready.
I'm not from Jersey, guys. I grew up on the main line
Ah.
outside of Philadelphia. I'm a main line boy. You can take Maddie off the main line, but you can't take the main line out of Maddie. No, not Bridgeport, Connecticut. Bridgeport, Pennsylvania. Yeah. Oklahoma. See, what kind of food they got in Oklahoma?
I don't know.
You got barbecue up there? The thing that's cool about barbecue, Steve, is different. Barbecue is meant to preserve meat, right? So they would smoke it, they would salt it, you know, and so Texas was very much like a brisket town. But if you go to the Carolinas, dude, like their barbecue is much different. Like pretty much barbecue for them. I mean, I'm sure some of them do brisket, but barbecue to them is like just pulled pork, which I'm a fan of pulled pork. We don't get enough pulled pork here in Houston. But and then different, like Texas has a very tomatoey barbecue sauce. Most of the time, like a traditional Texas joint will have like a tomatoey barbecue. Oh my God. There's this Good Company barbecue, which is right down the road from me. Not right down the road. It's like 2 miles away, but they have like this old school barbecue tomatoey sauce. It's so good.
I just saw what the shadow government said. Yeah, I don't know how to text inside of Instagram, nor do I look at my stuff inside of Instagram. I get text messages on my phone.
To be fair, though, like it used to be much easier to use Instagram. Now they have like Reels and this and that and the other, and it's tough. And they make it a little more difficult. Like the share button is the same as like the message button, and it doesn't really. Oh, she sent another one. She's out of control. Pudge Brothers. Yeah, she's the best. Steven doesn't do sardines. Let's just see.
No bueno. So I want to show this. I want to show this. I found what I want to show you, Matt. You ready?
Yes.
If you're a foodie and you like Italian food and you live in New York, follow these guys.
A good chicken parm,
Nothing better.
but it's got to be done the right way.
Gotta be legit.
90% of the chicken parms I have suck.
I like it pan fried.
That's the trick. So we have to go right into this. I'm going right off the bat. Another great best kept secret on Long Island is Ivorone Kitchen in Plainview. They have a phenomenal chicken parm.
I'm going Smithtown, the Trattoria. He's got a great eggplant parm and a great chicken parm. That guy is super talented.
Mangia Beve in Massapequa has an unbelievable chicken parm. It's on the bone. One of the best chicken
On the bone.
Il Molino does it like that, and that's a great one too.
Il Molino
I'm going to
is
go
great.
La Familia. Have no fear. Giovanni is here. I love that guy.
Pietro of East Meadow, low key, is a great Italian restaurant. They got an unbelievable chicken parm. Pietro East Meadow.
Said it before, I'll say it again. Farm Italy. I love the chicken parm. I love it.
Cafe Bacci in, I believe, Garden City or Westbury.
Branchinelli's has been putting out an unbelievable chicken parm for decades.
Our brother Anthony at Phil's of Syosset makes a phenomenal chicken parm. He really designed that thing to be different than everyone else's.
Love it. Stellina, Oyster Bay, Hidden Gem. Love it. Veal parm, chicken parm. Love it.
But Mangiano's, Little Italy, by the mall, that place has a great chicken parm.
Angelina's, East Norwich, across from Rothman's. Been there a long time. Great, great, great Italian-American food. Great chicken parm.
Luigi's New Hyde Park.
Keep hearing about that place.
Yo, I was at Shock's house, our brother Jay Shock.
Love Jay Shock.
We ordered a quick chicken parm. I was like, Shock, this is why you really are the Anthony Bourdain of Shock Nation.
Angelo's in Huntington Village. Angelo's.
I've heard great things about that place.
It's great.
Caramia in Merrick. Shout out to my buddy Serge.
I like that song.
Yeah, bro, that's a great chicken parm. Classic scenes in an
Great chicken
Italian
parm.
restaurant. Billy Joel.
Amor. La Pizzetta, East Norwich. Simple Italian-American food. La Pizzetta, East Norwich. Great chicken parm.
I know everyone's picky with that chicken
Oh,
parm.
there's going to be wars.
Wars right
Wars.
now. Let us know your favorite chicken parm below. Remember, this is more a chicken parm dinner, not a chicken parm hero. Life is beautiful. Love you, babe.
Very important. You got to get the chicken parm dinner. You don't want the taste masked by the hero.
With you there.
I got to get these guys on the channel. I got to interview these guys.
They seem like good dudes. I'm just still surprised that they said Maggiano's. Maggiano's, for anybody that doesn't, that hasn't been to a Maggiano's, I have Italian buddies. You know, if you mention Olive Garden, they're going to be upset, right?
You
If
make
you
me
mention,
upset when Amit mentions Olive Garden. I get upset. All right.
look, I like Olive Garden too, but I know what it is, right? You know, and if you have a Maggiano's and you haven't been, get the chicken parm. It's really good. Me and my buddies talk about it. They do something there, especially if you have a big group. Generally, Maggiano's are pretty big. They do something called family style, so like you can get like bigger platters. It was kind of like what we had almost at the place that you took us in New York, Steve. I don't know why I'm drawing a blank.
Patsy's?
Yeah, Patsy's. I mean, they have like big plates of it, and you kind of just distribute as you
In
see
all
fit.
fairness, Amit took us there. I didn't take us there. I just made the reservation because I know the people there.
There you go. Amit took us there. Thank you. Amit.
Let's make sure we, everybody understands. I did not take us there. Not taking credit for something I didn't do.
Yeah, Mitt's a gentleman and a scholar.
Yep.
Thank you for $10 super chat, Natalia. That's much appreciated. Much appreciated. Somebody asked,
Yeah,
you recommend a VPN? A VPN? If I'm not on my home network, I'm on a VPN.
100%. And the VPN I use is Norton only because it comes as part of my security suite. But
Carrabba's was good. Carrabba's, we have the original Carrabba's down here in Texas, in Houston.
all right,
Great,
man.
great Italian food.
448. You have Rocket Lab Weekly in 12 minutes.
12 minutes. Are you going to send everybody my way, Steve?
I think everybody should go watch Matt on Rocket Lab Weekly. We're going to end the stream here. I'm going to get some dinner and try to get a haircut. We'll see what happens.
Oh,
Got some work to do. I got a lot of work to do this week. Still work to do tonight, work to do this week. So, yeah.
what are you buying or working on, Steve?
I got some Seeking Alpha articles I got to write. Got some stuff I got to build on Claude. Got to get my life in order. You know what I mean, Matt?
Everyone wants to know, if they were you, what would everyone else do?
I don't know.
If you don't mind, I'm gonna post the link in the chat to the upcoming stream. I have to go to Steve's channel really quick and post it on Steve's channel. If you don't mind me posting it there, appreciate it. Steve, 378 people on a nice Sunday.
Nice Sunday.
And it'll be nice. Appreciate everybody if they want to come over and stop. In the next 12 minutes, I'll be updating the thumbnail for that. So hopefully you guys keep a lookout for that.
Yep.
Steve, you're the man. And are you going to be on Amit's, not on Amit's show, but at least in the chat with Amit's future show?
Yeah, I'm planning on it.
Okay. So yeah, you guys can reach out to Steve there. I'll be there as well.
All right, everyone. Thank you very much. Really appreciate it. We will see you later. Have a great day.
Love you.